Here is another edition of In the Bag with Christian Sharp. Take two.
Hey guys, what's up? Here to
So,
tell you, I'm here to tell you what I throw today as far as putters, mid ranges, and drivers. What you guys can look for and what would work best for you. So let's start out with drivers today. First one up is the Dishcraft Zombie. Very good long range driver. Very good for tunnel shots. It's a one fade, so it's gonna fade off to the left for you a little bit. But once you learn how to throw this, I guarantee you it will fly as straight as you want to. It will go right where you want it to fly, and very reliable disc. So next up is the Dishcraft Glow Stalker in Z plastic. It's a 1.1, so it's a little bit more overstable than the Zombie is. Really amazing disc. I could see it perfectly in the dark, so it's good to go out there and throw in the dark a little bit, not have to worry about time as much. It's a great tunnel shot disc, great sidearm disc, very straight flyer once you know how to throw it, and it's incredibly reliable. Next up is the Dishcraft Express in Elite Z plastic, kind of an older plastic, I guess you would say. Very straight flying disc. I mean, it's another amazing tunnel shot disc. There is nothing about this disc that you won't like. I can guarantee that. Anybody who buys this disc, I guarantee you'll be happy throwing it. I've got my fair share of birdies and pars with it. Got my fair share of great distance with it, and it's an amazing disc. Next up, I'm gonna hold up all three of these. This is probably my favorite disc line. These are all three of the drivers from Dynamic. As you can see, the Trespass, the Escape, and the Renegade. I'm going to start with the Renegade, personally my favorite distance driver. It's a great sidearm disc. It's 2.5 fade, so it is going to break hard to the left, but once you learn how to fly it, it will fly incredibly straight. I found that out. I didn't expect it to fly that straight. It's got amazing distance. I was very pleased with this disc from Dynamic. It's their newest distance driver, and I'm very pleased with what Dynamic's done so far. Next up is the Dynamic Disc Trespass in Lucid plastic. As you can see, it's bright green, so it's very easy to see. This was the first driver I picked up from Dynamic, and I've been nothing but happy with it ever since. It's a very big speed. It's a 3 fade, so it is a very left turner, but it's going to be great for beginners, even though it curves off to the left. This is a disc I really think you should start with. It's going to be amazing for you. You can get some really good distance once you learn how to throw, and you can get some amazing glide out of it. I've gotten some good distance out of it, some good holes up at Rosedale in Kansas City, Kansas. So, next up is the Dynamic Disc Escape in Lucid plastic once again, and this is a little bit slower than the other two drivers back there. This is a speed 9, but I can throw it further than my Trespass and my Renegade at times. Once you generate a lot of power into this, it's very reliable disc. It's a fade 2, so it's not as left turning as it is, which is another reason it's just an amazing disc. It's a fairway driver. I recommend all of you out there who are watching this go pick this up right now. I guarantee you'll be pleasantly surprised with it. So those are all my drivers in the bag. Moving on to mid-ranges. My newest mid-range I've added into my bag is the Warship from Westside Disc. Again, made by Latitude 64, which is the same people who make the Dynamics. And really, I just picked this up today, and really, I was very much surprised with it. I mean, I've never thrown Westside Disc before. I was very happy with the way it flew for me. It flew very straight. I got amazing distance out of it for being a mid-range. Definitely recommend that you go pick this up. It's the Warship from Westside Disc. It's in VIP plastic, and that's about it for that one. Next up is the Dynamic Disc Fugitive in Lucid plastic once again. this was the first mid-range I picked up from Dynamic, the second disc I ever picked up from their line, and I was really happy with how straight I could get this to fly, how far I could get this to fly. It's gotten me a lot of good scores. It's gotten me a lot of good distance. Even off the T-pad, I've thrown it off the T-pad. It's flown beautifully. I mean, I was very, very surprised with how well this flew. It's a good beginner for as far as mid-ranges go, and I recommend you go pick this up right now. Next up is the Dynamic Disc Suspect in Lucid Plastic once again. I first heard about this when PDGA announced that this was going to be coming out. I was so stoked about it because I'd really just started throwing dynamic discs at that time. I've been really pleased with it. This is an overstable mid-range. It is a fade 3, so it's gonna break hard to the left. So make sure you throw it to the right, and it should curve off nice. You can get it to turn over really nice. It's actually great disc off the T-pad. If it's a shorter hole, it's a great disc off the T-pad, and just very amazing disc. Speed 4, so a little bit slower, but hopefully you can get it to fly a farther distance. Next up is probably I have no doubt that this is the best mid-range on the market. This is a Discraft Buzz SS in Z plastic. As you can see, it's signed by Eric McCabe, 2010 disc golf champion, and this was my first ace disc up at Hole 18 in Blue Springs. It's a very reliable disc, super straight flyer. Wherever you throw it, that's exactly where it goes. It's incredibly reliable. Really, I could rely on this all day for putts, drivers, and approach shots. I recommend you should go pick this up right now. If you don't have it in there, go buy it now. That's about it for my mid-ranges, and here are my putters. First up is the Super Soft Wizard from Gateway. Really, I've thrown the Led Zeppelin putter from Gateway, and I really gotten out of it. And I got this disc from my dad. This was my dad's old putter, and really, it's incredibly grippy. It gives me a lot of confidence putting, which is something that's very important for your putt game. And it's an incredibly straight flyer. I mean, I can rely on this on a lot of good approach shots, a lot of good lawn putts. Yeah, just great beginner disc. Excuse me. Last up is the Judge from Dynamic Discs in Classic Soft Plastic. This was the first putter I picked up from Dynamic, and I was really happy with it. I needed a putter at the time, and I relied on this all the way. There was nothing I threw in putters besides the Judge. It's very straight flyer, very grippy plastic. I can guarantee you that this will improve your putting game if you go out right now and buy this disc. It's a speed 2, but that doesn't really matter. Fade 0.5, so it will curve off just slightly to the left. So make sure you can really get a good snap on it. Just an overall amazing disc, and I'm very happy with what Dynamic's done with their entire line, and can't wait to see what's coming out next. Alright, you guys, well, that is about it for this episode of In My Bag. Tune in next time where I should have a lot more discs. I don't think that I won't. See you guys.